Those who know me know psychological thriller is one of my favorite genre when it comes to beer. When I saw this reel about a new psychological thriller, I thought this is something I should or I must read because the reel filled me a lot of anticipation for a psychological thriller. And the most like comments were just all about the plot twist was totally unexpected. And I was like, oh, looks like an interesting BL story. But when I started to read it, and after completion, my whole sort of expectation completely fell lame because after I read this story, I felt as if incomplete, as if I was cheated out of the suspense I was promised by that reel, or the anticipation I had that story were all in vain. So before I talk about the whole story, let me tell you the name. The name is called Mark. Mark is a story with the premise of a guy who's apparently stalking a cafe shop worker. He goes on the bottom is stalked again, and this time he wants to be the target. So this time, when he successfully becomes target that he was literally having hots for months or maybe years, I don't know. So he chases the bottom to his house, and this time he gets to sleep with him as a one night stand that he was anticipating for. But the plot twist starts when we get to know that that's not the thing that he is gonna get, and when he starts to blackmail the bottom that he would hide everything, just he has to sleep with him. The bottom just kills him, and I get to see that he summons a demon. And there are two kind of stories about the plot twist that we are talking about. Some say he's an ex-lover who gets summoned, and his soul goes from the raven that is shown in the whole manhwa to the body of the person that he kills. So he's a serial killer. That is the plot twist. As a person who has read enough of Yandere versus Stalker stories, I kind of anticipated that he would be overpowered by the top, and the bottom will then overpower again. I was kind of expected. So I would not say that the plot twist was not shocking enough. It was. But the thing is that as a psychological thriller fan, I expect a lot from that. First thing is that there are three pointers that I felt was off about it and I felt incomplete. I wouldn't say it is a bad story, but I would say there are three things that could have been talked about in the whole story. First, what is the backstory and why is the bottom killing other people just to make them vessel for the person that he's talking about? Like to make the vessel for the person that dies, and then the demon or the ex-lover enters the body and then consummates with the bottom every 2 months. They do this ritual. So who is that? What is his relationship? And why is there no backstory talking about it? Which I did not get to know. It just felt like it is done for the plot twist, but I don't even know what's their relationship whatsoever. That was the point, that there was a lot of loose points. In a story that is like written about a psychological thriller, I expect a lot from it. Considering the fact that there's a lot to be covered in a short span of 6 chapters, I did not anticipate a lot, but I did expect that they would build up the story enough to make it feel complete, which it did not. A psychological thriller has to make me question what happened, but it does not have to make me curious enough to know why it happened and make me feel incomplete about the whole story, which it did with the whole story that I read of Mark. It made me feel why did it do those kind of killings just for a vessel, and why this satanic ritual was being done. Some who claim that it was the demon that was getting summoned. My thing is that if even demon was getting summoned, what was his selfish purpose to summon a DM to consummate or have intercourse with? Sounds very odd for a story. So yeah, it did feel like they wanted to give me a power bottom, but they gave me a doormat bottom, which did not even make sense for a person who was anticipating a story of a bottom that was going to do everything just to overpower the bot, which it didn't. They still had the non-con scene. They still did not throw and did not overpower the person, and he just got killed. And the person that took the body or entered the body was the demon that he had made a pact with, which was not giving me anything. We did not get to know what bottom was getting benefit out of this whole situation, which kind of fell off for a story that is talking about all being psychological thriller. So yeah, I kind of expected a lot from the story and kind of felt off of how this story ended. This is my whole review as a person that has read a lot of psychological thriller and as a fan that it felt incomplete and kind of hit and miss kind of story. It wanted to deliver a lot, but unfortunately couldn't. So yeah, I would give it a 3 out of 5 for a strong premise and a unique plotline, but yep, it completely fell short of my expectations. Sorry. See you in the next video.